Hello there, yogis. Get ready for another yin yoga practice. Time to release and let everything go. You're going to need a tightly rolled up beach towel today. A strap and a block might be helpful. I have a couple candles lit for some ambiance. We're going to make our way onto our backs to start our practice in Shavasana. We'll settle into the mat, allowing our entire body to sink in. Heels are out to the width of the mat, palms are up, sink into the mat. And check in with your breath here. We're placing our beach towel right in the pit of our neck. Close your eyes and just let everything go here. Go ahead and draw your right knee in toward your chest. Squeeze nice and tight. And then release. We'll do that on the left side, bringing the knee in toward our armpit. And release. You can stay reclined on your mat. You'll need your belt for this next pose. Placing the belt on the sole of the right foot and extending your leg long. Flex toes to the face. I'm going to place my left hand out to the side and slowly draw the right leg across my midline, but I'm keeping my right hip pressed into the mat. Keeping the toes flexed toward the face. And we'll hold this pose for 3 minutes. Drawing your heel back up toward the sky, I'm going to bring my left foot into the strap, allowing the right leg to gently rest on the mat. Right arm extends out to a T. I'm going to place my left hip firmly into the mat as I draw my left foot across my midline over to the right side of my mat. I'm going to hold this here for 3 more minutes. Raise your left ankle above your left hip, and we'll bring our right leg up. Coming into Viparita Karani, we'll walk our fingers up toward our feet to draw your knees toward your chest, and then recline back down to the mat, bend into the knees, and you can place your belt alongside your mat. We're going to turn off to the side and come into a tabletop position. Shifting the hips side to side for a moment. We'll step our right foot to the outside of the right hand. We're coming into a dragon pose here. You're welcome to use your block, or you can remain on the mat. Make sure your hip is forward of your knee. And we'll hold this pose for 5 minutes. Release your neck and shoulders. Take a moment to come up to tall arms. I'm going to place my hand just above my knee joint. Elbow, knee, and ankle are stacked. And I'm going to gaze over my right shoulder. Continuing to lower my left hip point down toward the floor. And we'll remain here for 3 minutes in this dragon twist. Bringing both hands to the mat, lifting the left knee up and pressing back into downward facing dog. We'll pedal out our dog, shifting your hips side to side for a moment, and then coming back down on the mat. I should have mentioned this on the other side. We're going to step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, and if you have a knee joint that doesn't like to be pressed into the floor, you can always place your knee on top of your rolled up beach towel. Place either your forearms on the block or come all the way down onto the mat. Shift so that your right hip is coming down toward the earth. and your knee is behind your hip. We'll hold here for 5 minutes, bringing the crown of your head down toward the floor. Rising up to tall arms, making sure your wrist, shoulder, and elbow are stacked. I'm going to place my hand right above the knee joint. Elbow is stacked above my ankle on the left, keeping that right hip point lowering down toward the mat, actively pressing into my leg as I twist and gaze up into Twisted Dragon. We'll remain here for 3 minutes. Bringing your gaze to the earth, tucking the toes on the right, lifting tailbone and stepping back into downward facing dog. From here, we're going to separate our feet the width of our hips, walk our hands back toward the feet. A little bit of a bend in the knees is okay. Go ahead and grab opposite elbows and allow the crown of your head to dangle toward the earth. Just a gentle nod, yes and no, to release any tightness or tension in your neck and shoulders. A really nice stretch for your low back will be in our ragdoll for 5 minutes. Release your hands to the mat, slowly roll up as you inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, fold yourself down. We're going to bend into the knees and find ourselves in hero's pose. You're welcome to bring your block and or your towel underneath to help support you if you don't want to bend your knees quite so far. Allow a breath in. Place your hands at your heart center. And we'll hold our hero's pose for 3 minutes. We'll bring ourselves out of hero's pose and onto our seats, coming into a wide dragonfly, walking the hands out and lowering your chest and the crown of your head down toward the floor. Walk your hands over to your right. Walk your hands over to your left. Bring yourself to center. We'll take one final breath. Inhale, thumb knuckles to your third eye. Exhale, bow forward. Namaste.